Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Hey, welcome. Come on in, sit down, grab a cup of coffee, or in my case, tea, and join us here at factorydirectcraft.com or factorydirect.com. Both the same, both get you to the same place. My name's Sherry, and I have a special mystery guest this morning because who normally sits here and talks with me is on spring break down where it's nice and warm on the Alabama coast somewhere. We sent us a couple really cool pictures this week. So I'd like to introduce you to Garrett. And come on in, Garrett. Hey, hey.
Good morning.
Garrett is our leads our photography department. So if you've seen some of our beautiful photographs on our website or on our Facebook pages, he's been around. When have you been around here?
About 15 years.
About 15 years. He is not only our photographer, he also does our emails if you get those and helps with social media sometimes. And he also is my son-in-law and the father of my two oldest grandchildren. So
Yeah,
he's
so
really
two-
good
the
at
two
that
crazy
too.
boys.
Two crazy boys, for sure, for sure. Boys are boys, right? Yeah, so come on in. Tell us where you're from. We are located in the small southwest town of Ohio called Springboro, and that's about middleways between Dayton and Cincinnati. We're real close to Kentucky and Indiana, way down there in the corner, about as far as I tease Brian as we can get from Cleveland. And a shout out to all of the people this week that were affected by the tornado, not only here in Ohio, but I know Oklahoma and West Virginia.
Yeah, we've had some
And
crazy
we had
weather
some,
this
it
spring.
has
It's
been,
been
oh
nuts.
my gosh, it has been some crazy, crazy weather. And in fact, I've told you we come to work about 6 a.m. And we're here at 6 a.m., so we come at 5:30ish. And when we came into work today, it was snowing. Not heavy snow. We weren't going to go skiing or anything, but definitely spitting snow, which for this section of Ohio, that's a little bit late because, yeah, we're starting to think about planting gardens and such around there. But come on in and tell us where you're from. Tell us what projects you're working on, what you'd like to see. If you are on replay, we love your posts too. We always will reply if you have a question at any time if you click on the video and watch. Last week we did daisies behind us, but when I selected these flowers, I wasn't thinking snow. I was thinking
Going a little more
summer
summer,
and
yeah.
geraniums. A couple vintage cameras back there in honor of Garrett and photography. And we have a plethora of different colors of geraniums, and these are my kind of geranium because you don't have to water them. You could put them out now on your porch, and you would be okay, if you had 30-some degree weather. But I even got to mix in a little bit of my favorite color, purple, in there. So we had some purple geraniums back there. But there'll be a link at the end of the video that will take you right directly to where you can find geraniums on our website. Like I said, we have a variety of types. We have Just Greenery, Just Greenery is one of our most popular ones. Red, you would think, is the most popular, but it's actually the one that's just the vine itself. Great for porch pots, wreaths, anything like that. And then we also have, like I said, all kinds of colors. And I had one over here that I really liked it, but it just didn't fit in my color scheme
quite
that I
go
had.
with our setup
It
back
didn't
there.
go with
Yeah.
my purple
Well.
vibe I had going on. But
It's a
we
very
do
cool
have
color, though.
just about, it is a cool color. It's kind of a salmon color, and they're kind of variegated and stuff. But yeah, super nice. Like I said, the leaves are all just like, I don't know, this is amazing. They even have a really cool feel to them. But they're all veined and detailed, so your neighbors might think you were really talented if you had those out on your porch and
Very
and
green
trying to
thumb.
figure, yeah, that you've got a green thumb, and they're like, oh wow, here it is May, and they've got geraniums already growing and such. So anyhow, we've had a busy week here. Not just the weather, of course, we had the other night with the storms coming through. But last week we were off. We celebrated the weekend, and of course, Easter, and we had Good Friday in there. And I had planned on kind of vegging out and not doing anything. But as my mother always said, when you're making plans, God's laughing. And
Yes, best laid plans. Who
that's
knows
what
what
plans,
happens,
yes.
you know?
So got a call on Friday morning from our son who was on spring break in Pigeon Forge, and our youngest grandchild, who was only 3, was in Children's Hospital in Knoxville. So I definitely want to give a shout out to everybody in Knoxville and Children's Hospital in particular, that if you work there or know somebody that works there. Our 3-year-old, they were staying at a campground in Pigeon Forge, and she was having some stomach aches. A 3-year-old, kind of hard to tell what it is. Our daughter-in-law they took her to urgent care there in Pigeon Forge, but they couldn't quite figure it out. They tested her for a variety of things, flu, etc. Just sent her back to the camper and said, "Hey, watch her." And then that night, our daughter-in-law, she wasn't getting any better. Our daughter-in-law loaded her up, took her across the mountains to Knoxville to Children's Hospital, not knowing where she was going. She had just Googled it. And once they got her in there, again, they ran tests and they found out they decided there was something wrong. And they did exploratory surgery on her on Friday morning. And they found out her appendix had ruptured, which for a 3-year-old be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So, and had been ruptured for a couple of days. So anyone out there that has children, or even themselves, my husband had this same issue on New Year's Eve. He wasn't partying; it was his appendix. So you've got to, and also thanks to my daughter-in-law, she advocated for her because they were wanting, even at Children's, they wanted to send her home, and she's saying, this just isn't right. This just is not right. So advocate for your children, advocate for yourself, and again, the Knoxville, the nurses, the doctors, the surgeons, they were amazing. The good news is they sent her home on Tuesday. And then she was safe enough to travel yesterday, so she is back here in Ohio. So we just want to thank, like I said, everybody down there and everybody that sent us well wishes, that knew what was going on. A lot of people didn't know because, of course, it was a holiday weekend and such. But if your tummy's hurting, it may not be the flu. So
Parents know best, right?
I think parents know best,
Always know what's out of the
absolutely.
ordinary,
So yeah, again, like I said, we're just here to just kind of fill your morning. Have you drink a cup of coffee with us. Let us know what's going on, whether it be crafting or something else in your life. We've really enjoyed just sitting here talking, asking questions. People have asked questions about the business. People have asked questions about me. They've asked questions about products. Give us a little hint. Sometimes they just leave one word, and while we do a lot of things around here, mind reading isn't one of them. We do try. We try. We do
try.
Try.
To put on the website what people want to see.
Years ago there was an Amazon cartoon they put on that called Yesterday Shipped. Yesterday Ship, I assume you could still find it if you Google it, but they where you just thought about an item and it showed up at your door, and we tried that, but it didn't seem to work. We couldn't channel everybody so if you think about tomorrow I'm going to need this craft supply, and ding dong, and the doorbell would ring and there would it be. But that would be nice if we could figure out a way to do that. But we do ship really quickly here. Normally within 24 hours, lots of times the same day, especially this time of year. During the season, it gets to be a little bit longer, but yeah, we can get your product out to you really quickly. And we really appreciate when you purchase from us, and we're just a little bit different when you're buying from us as versus buying from some of the big boxes that are out there. You can talk to a live person, not a robot. It's not an AI-generated person, but if you go on our live chat during the day, you're talking to someone right here in Ohio, in the building, and a couple of them work remote because they have younger children. But they're gonna be able to get your information if you need an additional picture, if you need to see the back of something. We try to take the back, but we don't always get real good with that. We do have a limitation. How many pictures can we put?
Thankfully, we've just expanded it.
Yeah.
So now we're up to 7 or 8 pictures
Seven,
for each
8
item. So we used to be limited to 4.
Oh,
so
and that was
tough.
hard to get the shots because we're trying. But if there's something that you think, I'd really like to see another shot, we can get that for you usually within an hour or so, because our photography department, all those pretty photos that you see, they're actually done right here in the building. Thank you. And so we got a question on live chat here. What do we see? This is always the hard part to read. And we're working on a new system today, so it's a little bit smaller than and I'm a little bit older. What do we got here, darling?
I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
here.
There we go. We had the wrong screen up. I can blame that on my age, but you not so much. So I can't do that.
We're all filling in.
We're filling, with multiple jobs. Yeah.
So
anyhow, I'll keep talking while
keep
he's
rambling.
looking.
No
Yeah, he'll get it up here, and we'll be able to talk to you then. But you can get your phone out too and look on there. That's what sometimes we've been known to do.
This is also true.
There we go. Hey, we do have shoes. Somebody's asked about the shoes and socks. We do for dolls. And that's really funny. We were just talking about that because I love to watch podcasts and YouTube videos where people go out and they garage sale or they thrift or they flea market type things, and they find what they call dead stock. And I just never knew what to call it. But we actually did buy an entire company, 2 doll companies in the past several years. One was Monique, which was out of Hayward, California, which is right near San Francisco. And then we also bought Antina's, which was also sometimes called Talena's, out of Oregon. So we brought in a couple semi loads full of doll items. So that's where the items you see on there, the shoes, the socks, the wigs, that is all dead stock. And what dead stock means it's brand new, never been used, etc. But and we won't be able to get it again. So if you see something you like, I know people love the wigs and all the different shoes. And I found a little cute. I should have brought them in. The other day I was going through the warehouse and I saw the cutest little pair of tennis shoes out there. And I was like, oh, those are so cute. So, but anyhow, we do. Grosgrain ribbon. We can post a link to the ribbon that we have there. When you go into where the ribbons are, you can actually drill down the different types of ribbons. So if you want to look at wired, if you want to look, it's on the left-hand side. And if there is an option there that you can click that button, and you can look at all the different Grosgrains. But we'll get you at the end of the video, we'll get you a link to our Grosgrain ribbons, and you can take what we currently have in stock. So there's a link. Oh, Deneen is who's posting the links today, and she's telling me that she is on it, that there is a link right there now to the different Grosgrains that we have. So we do have a variety of different ribbons. I was actually working on some of the satin ribbons today and looking at all the different ones we had in stock and that kind of thing. And because, the ribbons are so cool for so many different things, as everybody knows, not just Reese, but some people get extremely creative. I got to watch, and I tell you, the one thing I was amazed by, I love crafts, and obviously, and was some of the things they're doing with pipe cleaners. And I think we probably have the largest selection of color selections and of color selections and things that you can do with pipe cleaners. There's actually a couple of them with flowers and animals and different things besides just the normal children's crafts and things like that. So again, anything that you want to ask, we're happy to help you with. And thank you, Deborah, for reaching out. And is it possible? Yeah, we do apologize.
Looks like Deneen's on top of answering.
She is. Deneen's answering you before I can't even read them. She's popping up so just look over there. Even if you're on replay, the links will be there, and obviously those will also work. But let us know where you're from. That's the most important thing. Did you guys get snow today? Did you have a great Easter weekend last weekend?
Hopefully everybody had a good Easter.
Oh yeah.
Family time,
even
whatever
we
whatever
were
your
in
plans were.
Knoxville at a hotel, but that's okay. We were so glad to be able to pop down the street. The hotel was fantastic, just like the people were at the hospital. They parked the car right out front, so we didn't have, because that particular hotel is kind of real close to the hospital, so not a lot of parking. And they put it up front so we could come and go up and down the street as we needed to get down to the hospital and check on how things were going there. But hi from Walbridge, Ohio. Well, I would just guess I'm not sure where Walbridge is. Do you have any idea
No,
from
no,
Walbridge?
no.
Garrett's
I know
from
this general area, but yeah,
he
I'm
does.
not a native Ohioan.
No, he is not a
so-
native Ohioan. He actually came here to go to the University of Dayton, met our daughter, and he's from Vermont. So he's keep it weird and all that kind of cool stuff, and Vermont maple syrup, which was a cute story. Was we had our grandson, our oldest grandchild, Garrett's oldest, and we were sitting at breakfast the other morning, and our other granddaughter and him were there, and they both ordered pancakes, and they brought them Vermont maple syrup. And the younger granddaughter, she was like, "Oh, I don't like that syrup." And Garrett's son's going, "Do not insult my Vermont maple syrup." So she apparently hadn't had any, I don't know, in her house. So yeah, that was funny. But yeah, from Pennsylvania. Hi, Deborah. Yep, we like Pennsylvania too. Lots of interesting things to go across there. We used to do a lot of the trade shows that were around Philadelphia. Market Square was one, and there was a Philadelphia gift show, I think, was the others. Yeah, back in probably the mid-90s to the mid-2005-ish time, we did a lot of the trade shows over there. But I think Market Square, I think those are still going on, but they're more of a cash and carry type thing, and we did more of a where you come and order your things to do that, which we are on Fair now for anybody that has a small gift shop or anything like that. And Fair has some fantastic offers if you have for first-time orders. If you haven't checked them out, it's FAIRE.com. And if you have a shop or you buy things in larger quantities, we have not all of our items on there, but there's several hundred on there. Specifically, the paper mache items are what's mostly on there, or some other things that we have. And so those are perfect if you have gift shops, like I said, camps or anything. And you can also ask questions over there if there's something specific you'd like to see on there. But Fair does have a link on there where you can get like free shipping for a year, and if you've never purchased through Fair, and they have some different things, and you can read that on there. We are east of Walbridge is east of Toledo. Okay, an hour and a half from Cleveland. So yeah, you're just up north of us then, up towards the lake up there, towards Lake Erie and all that. So yes, you get a lot more of that cold weather than we do down here in southern Ohio. But I'm stumbling around here this morning. It's been an interesting week.
It's been a week.
Yes, running. Since our daughter-in-law and son were down in Knoxville, we had the one we had to bring back to take to school and get her back and forth to school. We did dance lessons, and it'd been a while since I'd done that, getting them where they need to go at evenings, and snacks for school, and packing lunches, and do you have your backpack, and have you brushed your teeth? And I don't ever have to ask my husband that, have you brushed your teeth? He kind of just goes and does it on
Grandma and Grandpa stepping in where it has
But I
to
gotta tell you, the other thing that we wanted to talk about was something, the first video that we posted on YouTube, and actually Garrett was a big part of that. Lady Gaga, if any of you I think she's cool. Maybe it's not of my generation, but I still think she's cool. She had a bubble dress.
Well, it was kind of crazy, right? Because all of a sudden we started getting all these orders for a huge bulk amount of the clear acrylic ornaments.
And
we're
it was not at Christmas.
It was the middle of the year. We're like, what is going on with
exactly,
all these bubble
I know,
acrylic ornaments?
and so I kept telling we did a lot more at that time. There was more people that ordered over the phone, which you can still do at certain times of the day. But there was more people on the phone. I said, next person that calls in and ordering these bubbles, these plastic acrylic ornaments, ask them what they're doing with them, because and they didn't want to ask. I said, I don't know whether they thought they would offend somebody or whatever. And I said, okay, well, the next time you get a person that wants to order them, give them to me. So I got this great guy. He was so funny. I think he actually was out of Pennsylvania. And I got on the phone. I said, okay, you do not have to answer me if you don't want to, but I want to know, what are you doing with all these bubbles, these acrylic ornaments you're ordering? He goes, haven't you seen Lady Gaga? I did not know who Lady Gaga was.
It was early in her career.
In her fame,
yeah.
It's the bubble dress. Well, oh my gosh, that year we did so many people and they wanted to know how they could attach them to their costumes and stuff. It is still out there on YouTube. We will post a link to that, and it's a little old.
Yeah, it was one of our very first videos.
Very first video that we ever posted was on YouTube.
So it's on our it's on our website still. And
okay.
It is still hosted on YouTube too. But the main video is on our website.
So how to make a bubble dress
for
Lady Gaga bubble dress, which that then morphed into Glee. Did a takeoff on Lady Gaga's bubble dress, so they ordered all the plastic acrylic ornaments from us. And who else? Does somebody else? Randy Jackson had a show at the time, and he did something they had him come out with the bubble dress and do Lady Gaga songs, so they also bought. So not only do we sell craft supplies to, for you to make for your kids or make wreaths or whatever, do flower arrangements, we do sell a lot to the different industries that are out there, and we have done, we did do pom-poms. Nicki Minaj's, she did a pom-pom vest, I believe, on one of the runways in New York, and those were our pom-poms. There was a play they did back several years ago with they call it was Titanic. So they did it was the ship, and then they were buying thousands of split balls, which are balls that have been cut in half, so flat on the back, rounded on the front. And again, I finally said, what are you doing? They would buy something that was like, oh, I need more, I need more, I need more. They made the rivets.
Yeah, there's a lot of rivets.
A lot of rivets. They bought thousands of those, and they actually, on the stage production, they had all these rivets. And then there was,
thousands of pomegranates in a
I forgot. Yeah, we talked about that a couple weeks ago. Yeah. So sometimes you never know. Yeah,
cool.
We've done so many things. You'll look at an order. Miniatures. So many people are into miniatures, and not just for dollhouses, but a lot of the stars, just like they knit and crochet different things during their downtime. Many of them have dollhouse miniatures. We can't tell names because of some of the most recent ones for their privacy and such. But stars you would know, younger stars, way younger than me, and they've got dollhouses, and they like to do that. It is relaxing. Or if they had a dollhouse, a lot of people have dollhouse that Grandpa made or something like that, and. It's really cool. It's cool. So all of a sudden this order will pop in, and you're looking at it and going, wow. There's a couple of artists that buy. There's one in particular. She does different setups at museums, and she buys butterflies, and then she covers the wall with designs made out of artificial butterflies. So we'll ship them to the Guggenheim or some different art museum someplace, and she'll buy a lot of the different butterflies, and then she does different patterns with them.
You stand back,
yeah,
and it looks
really
like
amazing.
Looks like a Van Gogh, but you get up close. And
butterflies.
Yeah,
It's just really crazy, really amazing. We are 10 minutes from the lake. I jumped on late. Well, hey Brenda, how you doing? Well, and we are in Southwest Ohio. Well, that's where we're at, and so if you're up by the lake, that's that gets cold up there. I used to live in Mansfield. And also, we also have a lot of things you can check out as projects. We do have a blog on our website. A lot of people have a hard time finding it. It says projects on it, which it seems intuitive, but I think some people are looking for it to say something else. And we can post a link to that also, because there's always lots of projects that we have on there. They post them pretty regularly. And then we have a lot of oldie goldies on there too that go back for 10 years
lots of stuff that
plus.
you can still find with all the links to the items
Yeah,
and everything.
links to the items and even, you know, so we can go on there and find something that'll give you an idea. Simple crafts, keep the kids busy on rainy days, or more, not necessarily, we try not to do anything complicated. Because
it doesn't need to be
it doesn't need to be complicated. Some people think like art, like you're painting, and it's going to take you, 6 weeks to get it together. But we try to do things that are easier,
Easy, accessible, things that you
accessible
can-
for anybody.
get
Yeah,
that, knock 'em out.
exactly. So that's kind of the thing. So what else have you got to tell us today?
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool that Lady Gaga got us started into videos and
Lady Gaga,
everything
yeah.
has
Who would have
just kind of
thought that,
progressed.
right?
And how many thousands of our products have videos.
Oh, there's
now, it's-
oh gosh, there's thousands,
yeah.
and there's videos that we do sell on Amazon also. So there's videos on there, but we have videos on our website. One of the gentlemen that had taken a lot of our, or one of the people that had taken a lot of the videos on our website had popped on and said, "Hey, to us a couple weeks ago," and fantastic job when they were doing those, and we probably can't relax sometimes and could take more videos. So if there's
We're
something
also-
you want to
also
see a
busy, but-
video on, hey, just let us know. We can do that too, and then we'll pop it on the website, and it'll be there forever.
It was funny though when we started taking videos because the office that we were in had all the office people all together, right? So people
Yeah.
were answering phones and the buyers were
true.
calling our vendors, and so trying to do videos and take pictures in the same office space, it was really loud. There are people.
Right. That was
doing
made it
normal
tough,
jobs.
right.
Yeah. So we ended up building a soundproof booth. So
You
like
know,
a, like,
also
kinda like
the
a
other thing
video
was
recording
we
booth.
had they had the ceiling. They had taken them down. It had been a racetrack before,
and a
so
go-kart,
they had
indoor go-kart track.
go-kart track.
Black
Yeah,
and
so
white
they
ceiling
black and white
tiles.
ceilings. So that then sometime they would be taking pictures, and you'll see that even in some of our older pictures, you'll see this reflection of black and white. That's just
Yep,
a
some
reflection
old pictures
of the ceiling.
reflective items.
So
yeah, we had to get creative back in the day.
we did. We're always creative.
Always,
yeah.
yeah.
But
Always
you know the
problem
thing I
solving.
did about my geraniums down here, and I forgot to tell you guys when I was showing it, is I found this old antique basket. I love to go to flea markets. I love to find old things and then mix them in with the florals or the different items that we have. So last week I had a wood box that we put the daisies in. And so this week I brought down the old picnic basket because, like I said, I thought that, but yeah, I just found that. I think I paid $2 for it.
Yeah.
So that's the fun thing. That's the fun thing when you can get something like that. And yeah, I know I showed you that before, but hey, I'll show it to you again. I like it. And like I said, that was my favorite. You got a question for me, right? You told me you did.
Did I?
You did. But now I don't know what the question is. I thought you were going to surprise me like Brian did.
Well, I thought I was
last
a
week.
special guest. I thought you had questions for me.
Oh, I do have questions for you. Well, yeah. Let's see. What's your next project on videos or?
Next video project. Well, we're trying to upgrade our live stream setup. So
Yes,
I've got
that
new,
you
new,
did do
new
that.
camera, new camera.
New
ready to go
cameras. We have a new
for that.
countdown. You
Yeah.
guys might have noticed.
Every
we're
week we're
hoping
trying to
that
step up
helps.
the game a little bit.
Yeah,
one-
step up
one
the
step
game.
farther.
And you guys can really help us out, even if you're on replay out there. Let us know what you want to hear about us. Would you want to hear about business stuff? I know somebody asked how much did you start the company with. That in itself could be a whole video. But I started the company with $350 on a credit card. Now, granted, that was 30 years ago. But yes, so it can be done. I also worked for 10 years for nothing. So it just depends on how dedicated you are. I'm definitely dedicated to the business, dedicated to the customers and all that kind of stuff. So for the question of how
a
much
while.
did you start the business with, $350 on a credit card. So now after that, yeah, there was a little bit more involved. We remortgaged our house and all that kind of stuff. But if you've, like I said, any questions you've got on the business or anything like that. So my question to you is, how long have you been into photography?
Oh, it's kind of crazy because I went to school for engineering, right? But I've always been a very creative person, so I enjoy both aspects of things, the artistic side as well as the technical side. So photography has always been a hobby because it's very technical and it's very artistic. So
It is artistic.
when I was an engineer, it was a big hobby. And engineering had some tough times in the earlier 2000s, and I got laid off, and they said, "Hey, why don't you bring that photography in here? Let's see if we can step up our online photography game." And
You definitely did that.
So I came
the
in
quality
and,
in my husband coming in after his other job that he worked in manufacturing and taking pictures with the ever camera we had at the time, and when Garrett took it over, it stepped up our game, and we tried to pride ourselves on having photos of the quality of a Crate and Barrel or something like that, but you can buy them obviously much less expensive than that.
We want to showcase the products the way that they are, in the best way that we can. We don't want them to look.
Right.
You know.
So people have asked, especially with florals, they don't look like that. But usually all that is these behind us is the same way. They just fluff them up. And by fluffing, I mean they take them out of the plastic sleeve that they may come in and just start bending the wire stems and stuff to try to make them more free-flowing and more natural.
Yeah, they're so compressed when they come because they've got to pack, a dozen into a tiny box.
Yes,
so
So yeah,
the way that you fluff them out. I mean,
especially
we could
the
do
cost
a little
of shipping.
like a wreath fluffing
Right,
tutorial
right.
next week or something. Just give a quick.
We could do that. Yeah, there is a couple
because
videos.
it makes such a big difference.
Yes,
in the
it
way that
does
you fluff
definitely
them
make a big difference. But yeah, and we, speaking of shipping, we do offer free shipping within the continental U.S. for our regular customers. We do not offer that if you're buying wholesale, but we are happy to ship anywhere in the United States, which also includes Hawaii and Alaska. We do APOs, FPOs, all those things. We cover the shipping if you only spend $50. So that we try, and we've kept that up for decades now. And every year that gets a little tougher was UPS, USPS, etc. raises their prices, but we're trying to stick with that so that you guys can get that benefit too. So
they like it to get there fast too. So
yeah, they like it to get there
fast. You want it to get there, so we try to keep it as affordable as we can.
We're trying,
get it to you as quickly as possible.
everybody knows out there, it gets a little tougher, but we do, and we want to thank everybody who stopped in today, and we didn't get too many questions today, but that's okay. That's okay. We know you guys, a lot is still on spring break, and or maybe you're out there having to clean up if the storm came by your thing. You want to look forward to the emails. Garrett does a lot of emails. There is, and that's where we offer coupons, sales, announce things, links to new products and things like that. So you can go to our website, just sign up with your email, and we will get you on our email list, and you'll be sure to get the latest and greatest on. Do you send those on a particular basis, or just
it's 1 or 2 a week?
1 or 2 a week,
depends.
really?
Yep.
How many emails did we send out last year?
Last year,
Yeah.
we send about 40 million emails a year.
Wow.
So.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
which
a lot of emails, but
we won't spam you with them. But
yeah,
I mean, that's
we won't
that's all of
spam
our
you. Yeah,
that's all of
no.
our orders placed, processed, shipped.
So
all
different
that
things
counts
regarding
too. So
orders, that counts as an email. So yes,
as far as
we
marketing
when you
emails,
place an
couple
order,
a
you
week,
get the email that says we received your order and thank
But all
you.
of our
and
sales and discounts
here's your
and stuff
tracking information.
goes through our emails.
Yep, I gotcha. So with that note, we're going to let you have a great day today. And again, if you're on replay, please stop in and ask a question. And hey, have a good one. Happy crafting.
Indeed.
Creation and inspiration delivered.
Yeah.
That's our
finish off a
tagline.
great week here.
Yeah, and we'll see you next
weekend.
week. Thanks, guys.
Take care.